How's it going, everybody? I'm from the Black Forest region in southwestern Germany. Went out for a little ride today, stretching the legs after a long winter. Just south of Baden-Baden, in case you're wondering. And if you recognize the accent, I am from the US, United States. And the reason why I'm living here now is a whole nother story. But I wanted to talk about this bike. This is my 2021 Giant TCR Advanced Disc 1 Plus. Now that's a long name for a bike. The Plus means that you get these 42mm giant carbon wheel sets. And it has an Shimano Ultegra drivetrain, mechanical. And I like mechanical because I've been riding since 2006. I don't race anymore, but I don't know, I just really like how mechanical feels. It had a different crankset on there. I don't think it was an Ultegra crankset. I had an issue with it. It might have been a Shimano 5 something. It was pretty heavy. And since the Ultegra drivetrain is the 8000 series, I didn't want to get the Ultegra 8000 crankset because of the disbonding problems it had. I think the Ultegra and the Dura suffered some corrosion disbonding problems, so I went with the 105. And we are here in March 2025. I've had the bike since new, and I love it. I love this bike. You get a great value for your money. I don't remember what I paid. It was definitely under 3,000. I think significantly under 3,000, and especially during the COVID pandemic times, where all the bike prices were really inflated. I just couldn't really pass up on this deal. And the reason why I went with Giant is because I watched a lot of YouTube videos where you had either like a carbon repair facility or just some guy, chopping up their carbon frame. And I watched a lot of the other frame manufacturers, what the inside of the frames look like, and a lot of them had some irregularities, some voids, if you call it, some air bubbles, or maybe you had some of the outgassing from the epoxy when the carbon was curing. The epoxy was curing in the molds, so you might have had some outgassing, or maybe just the vacuum process wasn't the best. And you didn't seem to have that on the Giant frames. There are some other manufacturers, I think their carbon frames are extremely high quality. And then Time, I believe Time is out in France. They actually use an entirely different manufacturing process. I don't think they do molding. They do, I think, weave, some kind of weaving process. It's very labor intensive to manufacture a frame this way by Time. But yeah, they're very expensive, very high quality. But if you want high quality for a very good price, you can't really beat Giant bikes. I really haven't done too much to it. I got a new chain on the back. I still got the original tires. I do have some Continental GP5000s on order. These are 28s. I'm going up to 30. I think I had a little bit of corrosion on the handlebars, so I swapped these out to the Ritchie Logic 2. and I have the 3D printed aero fairings on there. And I'm very, very happy with the bike, owning the bike. Really haven't had any problems with it. The only problem I had was a little bit of paint chipping here in the seat mast area. That's one of the downsides with, I think, Giants, is their top coats aren't really the best. But yeah, I want to keep this bike for a while, so maybe in the future, 2 or 3 years, I'll do a repaint on it. Anyway, my legs are starting to get cold. Gotta get back home. And hope you guys have a really good riding season this summer. Alright, enjoy.